So I did make a review of this show, but normal reviews are boring. So I thought the perfect thing was to come back and make a best to worst of season 1. So let's just get straight into it. The art style. It is very cool to see shows introducing strange and unorthodox art styles. Many stick to a simple 2D formula and build up their worlds from there. And that's fine, but Carmen Sandiego here breaks the mold and puts the world into a little more unfamiliar way. These shapes aren't rounded off, giving everything a very sharp look, exuding precision and class from the animation. On top of this, color contrast is also spectacular. Extra care needs to be taken with a style like this to make sure the background and foreground don't blend together. And I think they've pulled this off really, really well. It did actually take me a little while to get used to it because it was so unfamiliar. But after reaching that point, I can definitely say that this adds to the show and really makes it unique. And so, I have to put it on the best. Carmen Sandiego herself. I really think Carmen Sandiego's character is really well written. She has a past, present, and future that reel in the viewer. We are provided with just enough information about the present to keep us guessing, and just enough info about the past to draw conclusions, and then we are left in the blank about the future, and we have no idea where Carmen will be next. Her struggles from being a student at Vile Academy to her trauma from her past decisions. All of this surfaces in her character, making her especially likable. I always want to know where she will be next and how she will finesse her way out of the current situation. She's a great character and comes in at a best. The world. And I mean literally the world. I love how each of Carmen Sandiego's missions, each task in thievery, is a new place in the world. Our world. We get this great little info segment for each new location, and honestly, me not being a big geography buff, I learned quite a bit from these, and that was pretty great. And then after that, each part of the world was created to look like that area. San Francisco actually looks like San Francisco, and the colors are there to match. India looks like India, the warm colors and bustling streets. And all the other places she visits are expertly crafted. The world we live in manifests itself in a magical way on the screen. And her famous line really just adds the icing on the cake. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Now moving on to the worst. I always say shows are great, but they always have those little things that bring them down just a bit. And so for here, my 3 worsts, starting with the first, Inspector Devin. Man, do I really not like this character. He is so rude to his assistant, so stubborn just overall. I guess it was kind of funny how he always fails to catch Carmen. But everything else about him, really, really annoying. It's definitely a parallel to the assistant and Carmen herself, and I guess that's one way to look at it. But he's just so incompetent, and overall, I'm just not a fan. Some of the Vile operatives. I mean, okay, I get that you're a master thief, and you've been commissioned to steal these exotic pieces. And you're a pretty good fighter too. But I always found that these operatives were a little cocky, and just annoying in the way they acted. I did like how some would have banter with Carmen, playing on their past and their history. But guys like El Topo and his friend, man, they were just so annoying. Tigress was not bad. I guess she added to that banter dynamic her and Carmen had. But Paper Star? she was just weird. Nothing else to really say, just weird. Hopefully in season 2 they actually build up some of the operatives and give them some proper character development instead of just throwing them in an episode and then having them fight Carmen. Because right now, they're just not the best characters. And my final worst spot, the arc was too short. I always complain about this, but just in different ways. I hate it when they finish a story arc just because that's the number of episodes they released. They released 9 episodes. And that is not many, but it is perfectly fine. 9 is a great number to release as a starting point, given that Netflix calls the shots and animating is hard. So 9 is fine. But what I don't want them to do is end the story in these 9 episodes because they feel like they have to. They don't have to end the story arc in these 9 episodes. 9 22-minute episodes is not enough to complete one story arc. I mean, look at shows like The Last Airbender, Korra, Young Justice, and just many other shows. They have such long seasons because they finish their story arcs. They start them properly, they build them up, they have a climax, and then they end. But here, they just finish their story arcs so quickly, and I really, really do not like that. I hope they fix this, but I doubt it. Anyway, sorry for that little rant at the end. That is going to be the video for today. Another best to worst of Carmen Sandiego. A great show with a lot of bests and a lot of promise for the future. I can't wait for season 2. I'm branching out just a little bit, making some videos on new shows, but don't worry, Dragon Prince and Avatar are going nowhere. You'll see those vids on the channel periodically. But with that, my name is Rohan. Subscribe for everything Carmen Sandiego, and until next time.
Man, this weather's got me hosting. Oh, the best.